Good morning. This is an episode of Jacob Lenhoff Tours America. I'm Michael, and I'll be answering some questions for Jacob Lenhoff's YouTube channel. Question number one, where did I grow up? Well, I grew up in Yakima, Washington originally, and then moved to Seattle, Washington. In Yakima, I grew up on a working horse ranch where we had Arabian stallions, ducks, chickens. So I grew up basically in farm country. Anybody who knows Yakima knows that that's where all of the apples and fresh fruit comes from, that you see from Washington State. See, I have not always moved around a lot. I grew up between Seattle and Vancouver. I have one parent that's American, one parent that is Canadian. After finishing the run in Vancouver, I have lived in San Diego, San Francisco, Portland, Oregon, Boston, Mass, and currently I live in Michigan. Now, right now I live in Southfield, Michigan, and even in Michigan I've moved around a lot. So I've lived in Detroit, Bloomfield Township, Bloomfield Hills, Farmington Hills, and I travel a lot for work, so I'm quite often in other states. Nashville, Columbus, Pennsylvania, wherever work takes me at the moment. With the holidays coming up, I have to say the most memorable holiday I spent with my parents was probably my 17th Christmas. I have one parent who's Jewish, one who's Catholic, so we always did both. But of course, the 17th year was the year that I told my parents that I was gay. That went over real well, especially at Christmas time. You can just imagine how that one went, right? Fortunately, I did not get the, "oh, you ruined Christmas," but everybody was pretty cool about it. But it had to be the most memorable because it was the most changeable one for us. In the coming new year, I do plan on finishing the work on and restoring the new ranch house that we just bought. It needs to be fully updated. It's a mid-century, so it needs to be restored back to what it should be to bring it back to the style and type of home it was back in 1960. Let's see, question number 5. Have I gotten seriously drunk for New Year's? Honestly, I've never really gotten seriously drunk for New Year's. I've gotten drunk a few times. That most recent time was at Freedom Valley back in June when I was with friends, and I got totally tanked. Generally, I prefer to have a few drinks, get a nice buzz on, but I think it's more fun to watch other people drink and watch them make fools out of themselves. It was noted that I have a lot of cowboy material, which I honestly do, and I think part of that just has to go back to the fact that as a child we showed horses, and kind of grew up in that general atmosphere of being around a lot of different types of, not so much Western, but we're actually living on a working ranch. Right now, if they would say favorite country singer, it would have to be Blake Shelton, and that's more just I just happen to like his voice, the way a lot of the music he's doing right now. Let's see. What's the next question is, where did I get my interest in cowboy clothes? Well, obviously, of course, as I said, part of it had to do with the fact that I grew up on a working ranch. I did live in San Antonio for a brief period of time. That was interesting. Texas was okay, but I don't know if nowadays I might actually go back and live there, but for a long time I would not. Let's see. Interest, I would say probably heavy interest, probably started in the last couple years, where I started to get really interested in it again. Just 'cause I like the clothes are comfortable, and you get a nice change of fabrics for the seasons. Like now this time of year, of course, you're changing over to a lot of felts and wools, so you have that changeover from the spring and summer fabrics, so you have a chance to still keep the same look, but still stay warm and not get sick. Well, and that is the end of part 1 of the interview. Please stay tuned with me, Michael, and stay tuned for episode number 2 of Jacob Lenhoff Tours America. Thank you for watching episode 1.